Hey everyone, welcome to Making Sense. If you've been here before, thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate seeing you here. And if this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome aboard. If you could do me a huge favor, click the subscribe button down below. Like, comment, and or share this video, that'd be greatly appreciated. Today, we're going to review 5 popular fragrances that I still don't know if I even like that are in my collection. Stay tuned. Leading up to this video, these 5 fragrances have been in my collection for a while now, and honestly, I'm looking at them in front of me here, I don't think I've ever worn them more than one time each. I might have tried one at least twice, but I don't think I've worn them even more than one single time, which, that's not the best deal. Now, I kept them in my collection because they're very popular fragrances that have really cool attributes about them or have a big time staple in the fragrance community. With that being said, as a collector, I did want to keep them in my collection because I liked having them in there. And from time to time, I do go put my nose to them. And, once in a while, I'm like, you know what, this one has another chance. Or I might just like this one a little bit more today. But these 5 fragrances have never really gotten a fair shake by me. Once I smelt them, even with all the hype and all the popularity behind them, in the end, I just didn't find them to be fragrances that were for me. Now, let's get into it. The first fragrance on the list is one that's kind of a cheapie. It's a very fair price one. You can find it in a lot of discount stores. You can also find it online, fragrancenet.com, things like that. And the price is very fair. Now, I will tell you, I sprayed 5 strips over here, 4 business cards and 1 tester strip, that I got a chance when I was spraying these, that quick opening and all that kind of such. This one here actually smelled better to me than I remembered, but it's still not one that I would really even reach for just yet. And it's this guy right here, Momo Signature. Let's face it, super popular fragrance. All over Fragcom, everyone talks about it. Great winter fragrance, great winter banger, very easy, mass appealing, things like that. To me, when I sprayed it the first time, it wasn't anything special. And I wished it was. I looked for the bottle, found the bottle, was so excited when I found it. It was one of those, I think, Marshalls or TJ Maxx buys. And it just got on the shelf, and you just started to hear about after I picked mine up that other people were getting them as well. So you knew they were out there. Now, I sprayed this tester strip about 20 minutes ago. I wanted to give it a chance to dry down a little bit more because, I'm not going to lie, up until even a week ago, there was someone I was talking to about this. I couldn't find the bottle until just today. So, I was talking to somebody and told them that it just isn't a fragrance for me. It doesn't do anything for me. I wish it did, but it didn't. So I sprayed this tester strip, and I'll be honest. Today, this smells better than when I bought it. To me, anyways. It's sweet. It's a general, I would say it's pleasing fragrance. I haven't been a huge fan of the Salvatore Ferragamo fragrances. Other than, like, once in a while, there's certain fragrances I'll get my nose on. I'll say, well, that's pretty nice. I smell it again, and I'm just like, nah, not for me. So, this one here is rich. It's warm. It's sweet. It smells pretty good off this tester strip. So, maybe I have to give this one a fair shake. But if someone asked me, and someone recently did, I believe David had messaged me and asked me my opinion on this fragrance, and I said it's not for me, I wouldn't buy it again if I had, didn't already have it in my collection. But I also have a tendency of making sure when I buy a fragrance, I don't just give up on it. I'll give it a few wearings or at least tries. If I don't get to wear it, I still like to go smell it. I put my nose to the fragrance, I'll spray a tester strip. As part of an active member in Fragcom, I like to know what these things smell like to me and how they make me feel. I'm not going to lie. After I sprayed this a little bit, I think I decanted a few bottles. I put it in the box, and I had to go through a bunch of boxes that I have to find this one because I didn't realize this was still in the box. That's how much I really appreciated this one. But right now, off of this tester strip, the smell's pretty good. Maybe I would give it a wearing. I think I would still wear things like, not Prada. Well, Prada I would definitely wear, but it doesn't smell anything like this to me. Coach for Men, the regular original one. I'd probably wear that before this, and that would fill the void for this for me. I really like that fragrance, even though it has no staying power. And this smells nice, but it's nothing too crazy to me. But I will be honest, I'll give this guy a chance. We'll try it again and see what it comes to when I try it out and get to wear it for a little bit more. One more time, that was this guy here. Momo Signature by Salvatore Ferragamo. Or Ferragamo, or whatever you say it. The next fragrance on my list is a Hype Beast. Now, this one I will say, I absolutely enjoy the concoction of it. The way the mixture smells is pretty cool to me. It actually smells like a much more expensive fragrance. It's just, it's not for me right now. It's still in my collection because I have a feeling over time, just like anything else, if you didn't like oud or you do like oud, you might not have started out liking the smell of oud, and you kind of matured into it or started to learn different things about the fragrances, and you know it's good to find them when you start to actually enjoy them. This one here that I'm about to show you is talked up a lot on fragrance channels. It's talked up a lot on YouTube within Fragcom, regular chat. It's a super cheap fragrance cost-wise, very inexpensive. But to me, it's not worth much more than I paid for it. It's a glorified paperweight that looks really nice until I decide I maybe one day will actually enjoy it. And it's this guy right here. Bentley for Men Intense. So, first off, presentation of this thing is pretty awesome. It's really cool. I've worn it one time. Never went back to it other than to spray it real quick and smell it and then put it back on the shelf. There's not that anything is really wrong with it. It just doesn't do anything for me that any of the other fragrances in my collection could do for me. So I'm going to smell this tester strip of this business card right here. Let that dry down. And honestly, like I said, it's a really nice mixture. It smells good. It's not good in a sense of something that I really would care to go reach for. It's kind of funny because even though the cost doesn't really come into play, the way this one is talked about is that it's this huge, gorgeous, most amazing masterpiece out there, especially for the dollar amount. Excuse my cough. This was under $30 to buy. I believe it was under $30 shipped to me from fragrancenet.com or one of those places. And, I mean, overall, for what you get, the packaging, the presentation, it's pretty cool. The smell itself, if you like boozy fragrances, things like that, it's definitely a more upper class, dressed up fragrance. This could be for you. There's maybe a tobacco note in there or something. I don't really want to get into the huge review. I kind of just want to do a small list. Hopefully I'll edit this a little bit and shrink it up for you so you're not stuck listening to all my babble. But overall, it's okay. The mixture is really nice. I like the mixture a lot. I like going to smell this on my shelf. It's just not one that I like to wear. That's this one right here. Bentley for Men Intense. Moves on to our next fragrance. So this one here, I'm going to show you one of the bottles. There's multiple different versions of this fragrance. And I have all three, but for some reason I can't find the original. Maybe because I have a few too many fragrance bottles. That might be the case. But it's one that I've given a chance to wear. The original one I wore probably 2 or 3 times. And it's okay. It's good. It's nice. It's, but it's not... I expected it to be this mind-blowing masterpiece that I just had to have in my collection. I had to be able to wear and would fall in love with. What I found was when I bought it, I would spray it, smell it, kind of shelf it a little bit, which is kind of weird. So this one here that I'm showing you, I like a little bit better than the original right now, from what I remember. And it's none other than Terre d'Hermes. This one here is You Vetiver Intense, or EAU, whatever way you say that. I think it's you. Vetiver Intense. So, yeah, it's high, strong vetiver. That's what you get from this fragrance. I do like vetiver. This, you know what? So this one here to me might even be a little bit better than the original. But for some reason, it's a fragrance that's on my shelf. And it just doesn't do anything for me. I can walk by it. I would grab something else first. I'd grab Tom Ford Grey Vetiver absolutely before this one. It's a great fragrance. In my opinion, it smells beautiful. This just has a really weird tinge of that vetiver. It's almost a little bit uncomfortable to your nose sometimes. But on your body, when you spray it with the body chemistry, it does smell better on your body and on your skin. It's just still not anything I reach for. And that goes for the original one. That goes for this one. I just got the Parfum, or the Parfum in, and I'm looking forward to trying that one out, because sometimes the different concentrations and the different mixtures really do make a big difference. So again, that's Terre d'Hermes. This one here is Eau Intense Vetiver, but that's for pretty much anything from that line so far. I got 2 more to go, and the last 2 are going to be pretty popular fragrances. One is super popular. The other one's popular for its creative style and or what's behind it. Let's go with that one first. Is this guy right here. Tom Ford, Black Orchid. Now, this one here is definitely one of those that I go back to and put my nose to because I like the mixture. This is one that I like to put to my nose for the creativity behind it, if that makes any sense to you. But that is definitely one reason why I like this. I don't see myself ever getting rid of this bottle. I do like the smell of this off of a card. On my person, not so much. Maybe after a while it'll grow on me and I'll want to wear it again. But it is one that I've sprayed a few times on cards or on tester strips just because I want to get it under my nose. And when I smell it, it's not something I want to smell like. Like, it's just not something I want to put on and wear yet. But it's just cool. It's a cool fragrance. It smells nice. It's really popular, but it is one that I never reach for, and I truly have worn one time ever. And I don't see myself putting it on another time, except for if I want to be creative and daring and crazy or whatever. But if that's the case, I'm going to go for a zoologist frag or, something like that, a little bit more insane or out of the box that I can enjoy, because I like the way that those smell. Technically better than this when it comes to a wearable factor, but this is a pretty cool fragrance on a card. That's Tom Ford, Black Orchid. Try to get to focus for you. All right, last but not least, is from a house that is talked about a lot in fragrance. Fragcom, people talk about it for all different reasons. Good, bad, whatever way you want to look at it. This one here is the fragrance that I have from my collection from the house that I have actually only worn one time. Every other fragrance I have from this house, I've worn multiple times. I enjoy the fragrances a lot more than I do this one for some reason. And this one has a ton of hype, and it's super popular frag, especially in summer or springtime. It is from the House of Creed, and we're at Virgin Island Water. Now again, this one, just like all of these other fragrances, technically there is nothing wrong with them. I don't really like them in the sense of me wearing the fragrances, but that's one of the cool parts about fragrances. All of these fragrances that I've listed today, or that I've talked about, these different colognes and perfumes, someone has mentioned that they love them, or they're in like their top 10 list or different things like that, which is fine. That's absolutely okay. The whole thing is, subject to our own personal opinions, is the whole reason we're on YouTube, or we're doing these reviews or chatting in fragrance groups, or even buying fragrances in the first place. We're finding fragrances that we get to enjoy, that we like. And sometimes it works out great because people around us like them too. So with Virgin Island Water, I don't know what it is. It might be that, I don't know. On the card, the dry down, things like that, Virgin Island Water is better to me. It's definitely nicer as it dries down, but that suntan lotion, coconut, whatever that part of it is, just doesn't work for me. It doesn't, not that it smells synthetic and all. I don't even know how to really describe it. It just doesn't do it. Maybe it's because I'm not the biggest fan of the beach, which is okay. I'm not anti-beach. I actually like the weather at the beach when it's nice out and you have sun and fresh air, and I like the smell of fresh water, not low tide water. You know what I'm talking about. But there's just something about this fragrance that, for me, doesn't do it. I wish it did. It's one of those that I really like the House of Creed in general. I like a lot of the fragrances, and their DNA or the makeup of their fragrances are almost always really, really appealing to me. I was going to say mass appealing, but mass appealing to me. Overall, Creed Virgin Island Water is the 5th fragrance on the list that, yeah, I just don't choose to wear. I don't really know why just yet, but, one day maybe one of these will make its way back to my collection. Out of these 5, the biggest surprise today when I went to go spray these was Salvatore Ferragamo Signature. That actually definitely got better, in my opinion, than I remember it. because it wasn't that good in my when I first tried it. I kind of wanted to just throw it away. I was like not upset, disappointed, I would say. Which, you know what? Sometimes you have high expectations and it let you down, and maybe that high expectation is what put it in the lower level, in my opinion. Now, if you've tried any of these 5 fragrances, or let's go a step further, if there are 5 fragrances in your collection, or any fragrances in your collection, that you thought you would love, that were hype beast, and then in the end, they just weren't for you, post those comments down below. Let me know about them. I want to hear about them. If there's a fragrance that you think is on your you have it now, you want to try it, maybe you'll like it again later list, that's cool too. There's a few fragrances I want to add to this little list right now, just to put in that same genre. You have the fragrance from Le Labo, Bergamot 22. I've had 3 bottles of that, I think, at least 2, but possibly 3. Bought it, tried it, sold it. Bought it, tried it, sold it. And I think I had a 3rd one, and I just couldn't do it. It wasn't for me. Another one actually is right here. Elysium Cologne by Roja Dove. If I can get that in focus. So this one right here. Now you see I have a brand new bottle. It's been sprayed like 2 or 3 times. I have a decant of this. So I want to say I've had 3 bottles of this before this one bottle. And I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't a fragrance that I liked. I didn't know why. There was a ton of hype behind it and I wanted to like it so bad, but it wasn't something that I liked. So this is where this comes into play and why these fragrances still have a chance for me to become a fan of them in the future. So with this one, I ended up getting rid of those bottles, and this is the 4th bottle that I had. So I got this brand new, less than 6 months ago, probably like 2 or 3 months ago, and you know, I liked it on my last bottle a little bit, and this one I'm liking it a lot more. And the more I wear it, I start to like it even more. It's not my favorite fragrance by any means. It's one that I grab when I want something that smells fresh, like citrusy kind of, but still really rich. Like, and I don't mean like thick, dark rich, just clean, crisp rich, but a really nice mixture of components. To me, it smells like Fruity Pebbles. I don't know if you guys get that at all. If you do, please throw that comment down there too, because it make me feel not as crazy for thinking it smells like Fruity Pebbles. But, you know, it's a cool fragrance. It smells nice, but it took me 4 bottles of this. In reality, it took me probably like a bottle and a half, we'll call it, worth of like usage, or a little bit less, to finally actually enjoy this fragrance. So if you have fragrances you're about to give up on, don't give up on it right away. Give it a chance, or save a decant for yourself for down the line to be able to go back to that fragrance and try it again. There's a lot of fragrances out there that are really good, and there's also, just like anything else, with your taste change. So if you still have a little bit of that original bottle that you didn't think you liked, and over time you go back to it and you're like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I love this thing. You know, it could be a fun time for you. It could be a little pleasant surprise down the line. All right, so just a quick recap. If you have fragrances in your collection that you don't always get to wear, you don't even know if you actually like, and you just kind of have them there for the heck of it, the first thing I would do is go test them again. Check them out. See if they interest you anymore. Try them on a tester strip. Try them on skin if you really want to. But find out if you like them or not. If they have anything about them that's interesting to you, or even if you just like something about them. The bottle, the look, the way the sprayer works, just something that is part of this hobby or your hobby of the fragrance collecting. Maybe keep them in your collection a little bit longer, give them a chance a little bit down the line. Or, you know what, option to trade them away, sell them, find a way to get something else that you might like a little bit more. You know, we all have different reasons why we're in the hobby, whether it's we love fragrances, we love the bottles, we like to communicate with our friends about fragrances, or just the fact that the fragrance community is so strong and so good that we love being part of it. Whatever your reason to be in the FragCom, we all have our own. I have mine, you have yours. I'm just glad we can share the journey together. So if you tried any of these 5 fragrances, let me know in the comments down below, even those other 2 I mentioned. So, and let me know if you like them, you hate them, if you had a first experience the same as mine or any different at all. Any compliments, any comments down below are absolutely welcome. I really enjoy interacting with everybody. Now, if there's a fragrance you have in your collection that you think I should try, I recommend throwing that down there too, because I love hearing about fragrances that people think maybe they don't see behind me, they haven't heard me talk about. If there's a review or something you'd like me to talk about as well, please absolutely throw in the comments down there. So in appreciation of reaching our 500 subscribers, which I can't thank you enough for coming along on this journey with me. I really do appreciate each and every one of you being here, which we've actually exceeded 500. So again, thank you so much. I had said I was going to be doing a giveaway of a brand new sealed in box discontinued fragrance. It's this 100 milliliter Mont Blanc Legend Intense. So it's still in the cellophane wrapper and everything. This is going to be going directly to one of our subscribers. The way you can enter this is very simple. Click subscribe down below, like this post, and comment. In the comments, just put MB for Mont Blanc 500. It's that easy. And every person that is liking this video, subscribe to the channel, and comments down below will be entered into a wheel I'll set up. I'll record the wheel and we'll find a winner. Let's see, today is Wednesday, the 15th of January. We'll let this go until Sunday. So I don't even know exactly what date that is. I'm going to put it right here. This day right here, if you're looking where my hand is, that is when this goes until. And you want to put this statement right here. That's MB for Mont Blanc 500. I can't thank you enough. I truly appreciate each and every one of you being with me on this journey, and it's just been a blast. You know, I really do. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am with it, and I look forward to being together for a lot longer, making some awesome videos, and, you know, learning with and or each and every one of you. So that's it. MB 500. Like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Put that comment down below for a chance to win a 100 ml brand new bottle of Mont Blanc Legend Intense. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, please click the subscribe button down below. Like, comment, and or share this video. That'd be greatly appreciated. And remember, if you're making the world a better place, just one spray at a time, then to me, you're just making sense. Until next time.